we don't want to bother with this anymore. Just take enough. So they packed the things and they ran away from the evil stepmother to be out of her sight. So the two of the Brüderchen and Schwesterchen, they would run. And again, in those days, there were lots of forests in Germany. So they're running through the forest. And they were scared because their stepmother had also some witchcraft powers. So they didn't dare to stop. They just ran until they were exhausted from the evil stepmother and her ugly daughter. So what happened to them? Of course, when you're running all the time, the little brother started, I'm thirsty. And the big sister thought, no, we have to keep running. So she could drag him along a little longer. But as little boys are, he kept pretending, or not just pretending, but he kept whining, I'm thirsty. And they came across this pond in the forest. And he leaned over to drink, to grab a drink of water. And the sister heard a voice saying, wer aus mir trinkt, der wird ein Tiger. Whoever drinks out of my waters turns into a tiger. Wer aus mir trinkt, der wird ein Tiger. And I don't know if the brother hasn't heard that, but he kept getting closer and closer and closer. And just when his lips were about to touch the water, the sister pulled him back and said, are you crazy? And the brother was like, well, what happened? What happened? Like, didn't you hear the voice saying, like, if you drink out of that water, you'll turn into a tiger? And the boy's like, yeah, but that's not going to happen. And the sister is, yeah, it's going to happen. This is like, you never know what happens in dark forest. And if you turn, and the boy said, well, then I'm a tiger. That would be awesome. That's like, I want to be strong. I want to be fast. I can carry you on my back, little big sister, cute sister, Schwesterchen. The Schwester was like, yeah, right. You turn into a tiger. You're going to kill me and you're going to eat me because that's what tigers do. And the brother, although he was a smart ass, he cared about his sister. Like, oh no, sister, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not drinking this water. Let's go, let's go. So they kept walking. But like 10, 15, maybe half an hour later, I'm thirsty. And the sister says, I don't have anything. Suck it up, let's go. So the brother tried to, but I'm thirsty. There was another little pond. And the same thing. He's like, oh, my sister isn't watching, so I can do it. So he leans over and gets closer, and the sister, although she wasn't close to the brother, she heard the voice again. The evil stepmother's voice saying, wer aus mir trinkt, der wird ein Wolf. Huh? Wer aus mir trinkt, der wird ein Wolf. And the little boy, again, the same thing. He gets closer, and sister again holds him up in the right moment and says, are you crazy? And the boy is like, oh, sister, I'm thirsty. I want to drink this water. And she's like, but you're going to turn into a wolf. And the brother is like, yeah, that's cool. Wolf, I love. It's like a dog. It's like a big dog. I love dogs. I wish I had a puppy. Can we have a puppy? And the sister is like, no, you can't have a puppy and you cannot drink this water to turn into the wolf. She's like, why? People live with other wolves. We will be a big family again, and I'll take care of you, and I protect you from all evil. And the sister's like, no, the same thing, brother. Don't you get it? You're going to kill me, you're going to eat me, because that's what wolves are doing. And the brother's like, oh, okay. I'm not going to drink that water. So they kept walking a little longer, and then he couldn't. It's a guy thing. Can't hold back. I'm thirsty. I want to drink water. But this time he made sure that when he found another little stream there, that his sister doesn't see him, and hopefully doesn't hear this evil voice one more time. So he gets closer and closer and closer. And the voice keeps saying again, wer aus mir trinkt, der wird ein Reh. Wer aus mir trinkt, der wird ein Reh. Und das Reh, that's the deer. So he gets closer, but he didn't pay attention. As he gets closer, the lips are about to touch the water surface again. Sister, one more time, pulls him up. And he's like, what is it now, sister? I'm sister says, you will turn into a deer. And the brother's like, yeah, deers are cool, they're cute, they run fast, and they don't eat people. I don't care. And I don't know if this is actually going to happen that I turn into a deer. I mean, what? You believe like voices from a pond? Did you smell something? So that's it. The sister's like, oh, gosh, she's frustrated. But the boy keeps like, he's like, you know what, I'm not going to listen to him. He keeps coming and he starts drinking. And while he swallows the first gulp down, it tickled him, it scratched him, and he couldn't hold it anymore, but bent over, and his hands and feet turned into like hairy legs and hooves, and he turned into a deer. And like as he kept drinking from the water, he saw his reflection. It's like, strange. And the sister was like, see, this is what you got. You never listen. And the brother was like, oh my God, what now? Sister, please help me. And the sister's like, there's nothing I can do, brother. But you know what? Since there are so many deer in the forest, I'm afraid you are going to run away from me and that I will never ever find you again. So she took the only possession, like valuable possession she had from home. There was a golden garter. She took it and put it around the brother's neck so she knew that this deer was her brother. And the two of them, they found like a little cottage, like away from the forest, but very peaceful, and this is where they decided to live. The brother and the sister. The story's not over. So they lived there, and the sister grew older, and the brother, as a deer, as the brother inside the deer's body grew older, and he's like, woohoo, I want to run so fast, I want to prove myself the way deers do it. So he kept running through the forest, and a prince was on the hunt, just to show off, was on the hunt. And he saw the deer with the golden something around his neck, and he's like, ooh, that's cool. If I could take that home, everybody thinks I'm doing it. So the prince would try to aim for it, but this time he was too slow, and the deer just ran away home to the sister, and told the sister, there's a prince in the forest, and he tried to get me, but I was way too fast. He didn't get me. The sister's like, you're crazy. You can't do that. If he finds you, I heard that the prince is a darn good shooter. He has a good aim, and he has killed everything he set his mind to. The brother's like, he's never going to get me. So next morning, the same thing. The brother is a deer. He takes off running through the forest. And the prince, the hunter, he's back there, back on his track. And this time, he takes his bow and arrow, he aims, he shoots. But the deer was just in time, was moving, so the arrow just struck his leg. So just a little scratch, and the deer's coming home so proud. I saw the prince again, he didn't get me. The sister's like, hey, look at this, you're bleeding. One day he's going to get you, and then he's going to kill you, and then I'm all by myself. Do you want that? Yeah, so emotional blackmailing was very common. And the brother was like, oh no, sister, but you know, it's so much fun. I've been so fast running through the forest, like the wind and all that. And you know, I can't help it. I have to do it. The sister told him, I forbid you to do that. Of course, the brother didn't listen. And this time, not this time, but next morning, he ran through the forest, and this time, the prince caught him. But the prince didn't want to kill him. He wanted to see if there are more of those strange deer with like the golden collar. So he followed the deer home, and he saw the girl, and saw the sister hugging her brother, and like, I'm so glad you returned home and you're not harmed and everything. And the prince just fell in love with that picture. You know, there's like a damsel in distress, but like a virgin on a hill hugging a deer. Probably the lighting was good. It's like, I want to take her home. And that's what he asked her. He's like, hey, want to go home with me? And the princess is like, I don't know. I have to take care of my brother, the deer. And he's like, yeah, brother, deer. Okay. Yeah, no, we have plenty of room. Come bring it. So the prince takes home the girl and the deer. And they were, of course, be married. Now, meanwhile, the evil stepmother has heard from them because, again, she was invited too to come to that marriage, to that wedding. And she's like, oh, my daughter's supposed to marry a prince, not like this bastard child. And she drags the daughter, and the daughter happened not to be as beautiful. In fact, in the book it's written that she's missing an eye, and doesn't have a good heart, and like inside out, it's not pretty. Not real princess material. So he's like, you know what, girl, you're supposed to be princess, and I'm going to find a way that this happens. So the wedding is, they went, and then, of course, in fairy tales, that happens very easily, that the princess, the queen, now was expecting. She has like a belly and is very happy of expecting a baby. And the stepmother's like, that's the way to get in. So she didn't make herself ugly like the other one. She just pretended to be like a chamber servant, like a good wife for the wife. And she's like, oh, I'm here to help you to give birth to the child and all that. So the girl didn't recognize her stepmother, and she felt good about it, and she went into labor, and like, guys, that's hard work. And those days, they didn't have all those shots or hospitals or anything. I mean, we're going to have to push that thing out. So the princess or the queen, she did her job, and she was exhausted by the time the new little baby was born. And the stepmother saw her chance. She says, my queen, you look exhausted, but I have just the right thing for you. In the bathroom, I prepared a hot, nice, warm bath for you, and lots of bubbles, and like you will gain strength. Just hop into the water, and I'll take care of it. The queen was like, oh, that sounds so good, just to get all the glue up and everything. Like, yeah, let's do it. So she went into the bathroom. She took the bath. Like she made herself comfortable in the bath, and while she was like running the nice warm water, it got warmer and warmer and warmer and hotter, and all of a sudden she noticed that the whole bathroom was under fire. The evil stepmother had locked the door and set the whole thing on fire so that poor girl would burn to death. Not yet. Okay, not yet. So while the queen burned in the bathroom, the evil stepmother found her way, because she promised her ugly daughter to make her a princess or a queen. She said, go, hop in the bed, lay on your side. It's very descriptive in the book. Like, lay on your side with no eye, so the prince won't notice. You just gave birth. I mean, how much does he know what you look like after squeezing that thing out? So the girl's like, okay, I'll do it. So she would lay down and sleep. And the prince, again, it was the courtesy of those days. I mean, you're not hanging out. You're definitely not there when your wife, when a woman gives birth as a guy. So like he checks on her, like, dear, you're right. And she's like, yes, I'm all right. I'm just tired. And he would walk out. But he had one of his servants, since the midwife, she was working all day, she was off nights, thanks to the union. She was off at night. And one of his loyal servants, one girl, she was sitting there just watching over the queen. And all of a sudden, this girl, she heard a voice coming out of, a voice without a body, coming out from the bathtub. And it was just a spirit. As I said, it had no body. And the spirit, this voice would come into the room, and it was like she was looking for something, or it was looking for something. And it would ask, wie geht's mein Kind? Wie geht's mein Reh? How's my child? How's my dear? Jetzt komme ich noch zweimal und dann nimmermehr. I only shall return twice, and then never again. And the servant, she didn't know what to make out of it. It was like all of a sudden she was wide awake, but she waited for the prince to wake up, or the king to wake up in the morning. Like, something happened at night. And she would tell what she heard. Of course not what she see, because there was nothing to see. So the prince was like, oh, okay, you know, people like to dress up those days. Like, okay, next night I'm going to sit there. I'm going to pretend to be you. I'm going to see what's going on. So he would sit there in the corner at night, and the same thing happened. A spirit would come from the bathroom, just around the room, looking around in the room. And one more time asked, wo ist mein Kind? Wo ist mein Reh? Jetzt komme ich nur noch einmal und dann nimmer mehr. I only shall return once and then never again. He was speechless of what he just had seen, so he couldn't react to it. But, thank goodness, she's coming back all the time. So he takes his chance this last time. And he sits in a chair, not showing himself, not revealing himself. And he waits for the spirit that is coming, saying, wo ist mein Kind? Wo ist mein Reh? Jetzt komme ich nur noch dieses Mal, only this time. Und dann nimmermehr. But this time the prince was prepared, and he jumped up off his chair and he said, you have to be my good wife who I believed was dead. Is it really you? And by him calling her name, he broke the curse. He broke the evil doing. And she transformed into a real human being. She transformed into her being a woman again, not just a spirit. And they were so happy. And the girl, she told her husband what has happened to her. And he was furious. And he's like, oh, we got to punish both of them. So he, in the middle of the night, dragged out the mean stepsister, who, I mean, seriously, she was just like, oh, whatever. But he dragged out the stepsister, and he and his guards, the soldiers, took her to the forest in the middle of the night with no food, no water, nothing. And they just dropped her there and waited for the wolves to come to eat her. This is how she died. The mother, she had to die a witch's death. It was held trial for her, and they decided that she was a real witch for all what she has done. And she was burned in the middle of the court with everybody watching. And as the last piece of flesh and bone turned into ashes, the deer turned into a boy again, and they lived happily ever after.